Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome to another episode of Fallout 4 Mod Bundle. We are finally hitting the Brotherhood of Steel faction, as it was the highest voted faction for what we were going to cover next on our Discord. If you want to join the Discord, there will be more information on that in the end, or you could just click the link in the description below. Now then, when it comes to overhauling the Brotherhood, there are 50,000 different ways you could do it, and typically they're all usually all-in-one mods that kind of do it itself. You don't have to piece together mods like we've had to do in factions in the past. So, for this video, I'm going to show you how I do it personally. Now, keep in mind, it may not be the way that you'd want to do it. Maybe you have a different style in mind for the Brotherhood of Steel, so this might not be for you, but this is a look into what my load order kind of looks like. That being said, the Brotherhood of Steel is something we may touch on again in the future to try to get as many different styles for the Brotherhood as possible. First of all, for what I'm running is the Brotherhood of Steel Armor Overhaul by Ghost FC3S. This mod completely changes the way that the armor works for the Brotherhood of Steel and the kind of armors that are going to show up. So firstly, this is going to change out all of the combat armor in the base game for the Brotherhood of Steel's own armor. I think that at this point in Fallout 4, it makes sense that the Brotherhood of Steel is manufacturing their own armor and weapons. I mean, they're showing up in the Pridwin, for Christ's sake. They have access to this technology. This is really going to give them a leg up over the other factions and really show that they are the dominating military force in the area. This is also going to change their style a little bit from the red and black that it normally is to more of a subtle brown, black, and then some camouflage mixed in there. There's also an optional file that will replace all of the power armor paints with camouflage for the Brotherhood of Steel. So when you find them out in the world, they will now be wearing camouflage power armor to kind of blend them into the environment a little bit better. Moving on for weaponry, again, Brotherhood's a really fleshed out faction as it is. They have a really good set of weapons to choose from, and they will take on a lot of weapons from different weapon mods, but one that I wanted to include is the Modular Simonov anti-tank rifle, which adds this gigantic monster of a gun that looks like you'd only be able to use it if you were wearing power armor. It does make sense for them to have picked up some of these along the way from maybe deceased Chinese soldiers from before the war and employed them in their own use. It's also available to be a turret for your settlements. So I want to move on to an area where the Brotherhood is really neglected in the base game, and that is the settlements. In the base game, all you really have for the Brotherhood are some flags, and that's just not right. So first of all, we're going to be using the Brotherhood of Steel modular fencing, which adds the full suite of fencing that has been reconstructed and resized a little bit to be better for the settlements, and will contain their own snap points so that they all hook together really nicely. If you're going to be building a Brotherhood outpost anywhere, you kind of need these. This is such a huge deal. Moving on, the only natural settlement that is in the base game for the Brotherhood of Steel is the Boston Airport, so we're going to need the Boston Airport Workbench fix, which will make it so that you can actually place every item in the game. It's one of those weird workshops where you just can't place everything. You're missing out on some of the resources and defense things and some of the special items, so screw all that. We're going to give it the full customizability like any workbench should have. On top of that, we're going to use Boston Airport Settlement Repaired, which is going to add the roof back onto the section of the airport that you're given. It figures that of the entire airport, the one spot you have is completely busted and janky and broken. So this is just going to fix that and give you an enclosed area where you can really build a nice little trading hub or settlement or whatever you want to do in here. Really, it's up to you. And finally, just so we can actually see our Brotherhood out in the world with all of our cool new stuff without having to go to the airport or hope to see them in one of the quest lines, we're going to use NPCs Travel, which adds a ton of new factions to the game, traveling around in convoys and caravans, including the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a lot of customizability in this mod, and you can tweak who is walking and how often you see them. It's really cool to walk up and see a whole squad of the Brotherhood of Steel patrolling the wasteland, or really intimidating if they're your enemy. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much how I run the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, if you have any mods that you think I should have added or maybe missed for the way that I have them set up, or just some that you'd like to recommend for other people to use, feel free to drop that in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you think. And with that, we bring our video to a close. Yet again, I would like to plug my Discord. If you are interested in Fallout 4 modding, you need help with your load order, or you just want to chat with like-minded Fallout community members, join the Discord. The link will be in the description below. You can chat with me if I'm ever in there. Feel free to hop in the general if you see my name. We also have sections where you can answer for AMAs, polls, or post your settlement builds. We have all kinds of neat features in the Discord, so please come on by. I'd love to hear from you guys. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, and if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, consider subscribing, and go check out some of our other mod bundles because we've hit almost all of the factions at this point. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.